initially private channels came, we thought that these channels will be able to improve standards, will be able to increase awareness of the people, will be able to educate and inform people. That has not happened, unfortunately. The only thing that has happened is that people now are more aware of the corruption of the officials and other institutions in the government. People are more aware of the misery of other people. People are more aware of how society is being brutalized. For instance, we had those events of the lynching in Sialkot. In any other society, that lynching alone would have changed many things. In Pakistan, nothing happened, and we have similar incidents being repeated. So, the society is in fact in a state of dysfunction. The society has lost its equilibrium, and we are passing through a phase which perhaps can be called pre-revolutionary, but the society does not have the intellectual strength to design or execute a revolution. So, we are in a very difficult period.
So, what should be the role of media? Should it be like this, the race of TRP, or
Yes, their obsession with ratings.
Ratings.
Now, why ratings have been so disastrous in Pakistan's case? What distinguishes the Pakistan society from other societies are a few things. One, it is more intolerant than other societies because of radical Islam. Okay. So, religion is not what you can discuss. The other thing is that it is very poorly educated society. Pakistan, the reading habits in Pakistan are dismal, totally abysmal, I mean almost unbelievable. In this situation, when you cater to the lowest common denominator, when you cater to the people who cannot read, who do not have enough education to understand the issues, what do? If you look at the talk shows, the politicians are shouting at each other. There is no sane, reasoned, informed debate on television. And what the impact of this? People get more confused, people get more baffled by what is happening, and people feel more helpless, powerless. And we are watching this happen.
But sometimes it's represented in a sarcastic manner or sarcastic
Yes.
manner. So what can happen that people may start enjoy it?
They enjoy it, but that is their defense against insanity, in a sense. Because these satirical program on TV have become rather popular, and all channels now lampoon, make fun of the leaders, and they do it so well, they do it quite well, because this is some kind of a safety valve for them. And what does it do? I think the politicians lose more respect, because people are able to laugh at them. So, not only they lose respect, they lose authority, and we are in a very typical situation which the social scientist would call loss of authority or power deflation. Their power means nothing now.
So, what do we stand, or what do you see in front of Pakistan, the way we are in black despair, and
I think if the owners and the stakeholders get together and try and understand the social role that they have to play, and they change the content of their programs, they try and educate the people, they try and have more rational debates in this country, they try and underline the main issues, and then they also try and search for the solutions. What is happening now is that this society is also I think deprived of the right kind of social scientists. We don't have enough academics in this country who would understand the society and how it is changing. But something has to be done. I think it has to be done in terms of changing the environment on our campuses. That's very important. I think it's very important. I believe that the real crisis in this country is not political, it's not economic, it is intellectual and moral. And the de-intellectualization, I call it de-intellectualization of Pakistan, is the real threat to its survival. And then if I am being very pessimistic, I don't know how else can I.
Do you think the same process in the media as well? Because
the media, you see, the media doesn't have the sufficient number of committed professionals who have integrity and professionalism. There are a few, there are some, I would say, but they have been overshadowed by these talk show hosts and editors of the news bulletins, and they find that their voices are not being heard.
Because there is a risk, you know, that Pakistan had a very good film industry, and
yes,
gradually it was destroyed.
What happened to the film industry is one indicator of how society is changing. Not only the film industry, look at the music. I mean, the classical music is almost non-existent now. I mean, it's dying. Also literature. Not many people are reading books. More people were reading books, say 30 years ago, 40 years ago, than they do now, even when the population has increased 4 times, 5 times perhaps. Yes, they are reading books in English, but not in Urdu, and which is the national language, which is the main expression of the genius of the people. And this trend is I think something that our rulers should have been concerned about, but they are not.
There is new media, you know, internet is kind of replacing the traditional media,
yes,
and day
yes,
by day it's happening. Do you see any hope
yes,
in that?
There is hope, but you know what happens with the new media, because of the language. Urdu is not yet, I think, an accepted computer language. Because of language, this new media is restricted to a certain class of people. Yes, it is becoming stronger. Yes, it has made things happen. There are, with reference to media, for instance, one channel had to fire a host of a morning show when the new media raised hue and cry about how she was going around in a park behaving like moral police. So, the new media is effective in some areas. The new media also portrays behind the curtain stories of the media, and people become more aware of these things, and I think there is more debate. But the new media, when we think of the new media and the impact of the new media, I think we think also of what happened in Cairo, Tahrir Square. Now, the difference there was that it was all in Arabic. The Facebook was in Arabic, and the messages being sort of exchanged, and they were all in Arabic. So, it helped people to get together and stage their revolution, if you can call it a revolution. Not in Pakistan. In Pakistan, you can gather a mob, but not a proper demonstration.
So, there is no light, you cannot see a light at the end of the tunnel?
A message I got in my SMS message was, because of shortage of electricity, the light at the end of the tunnel has been switched off.
Thank you very much for joining us, giving us time.
My pleasure.
Dear friends, that was veteran journalist Ghazi Salahuddin. Next time, we'll take you to another chess match. Till then, ciao.